let's start opening up the boxes and see what we get. Hey, thanks everybody for filling it. Thanks for selling out the break. I appreciate that. That's very helpful to keep going. And this is my first mega box. I have not opened any mega boxes, so I'm looking forward to this. All right, nothing in there. Now remember the mega boxes. Okay, we're looking at 12 packs. It will do 6 and 6 at a time. And I'd love to see the parallels and see what's coming up in the mega boxes. The mega boxes are bigger than the regular boxes. That's perfect. If you can you send just send a direct message to me, and then I'll ship that to the correct person. I just won't remember tomorrow. First thing I do is I sort through them, and then I just send the then I check the messages and make notes on who I'm shipping to. So yeah, if you could just send that, I'd appreciate that. That'll remind me. How about these? Also, we'll just talk these right off the top. If anybody wants, it's a little blurry. If anybody wants any of these, let me know. Let me know, and I'll be happy to send you them. Again, please send a direct message to me. That would just be a little... No, let's not zoom focus. There's a good spot. How's that look? Does that focus there a little better? Let's see. No, hold on. I don't know, my OBS is acting wonky. Okay, there you go. So that's definitely focusing. Right there is a good spot. Good time to, there you go, that's nice. That's a nice spot, nice crisp card. The back will be a little blurry, but there's a nice crisp spot. There you go. So we get a little blurry in the back, but that's, so if anybody wants these, please send a direct message to me, and I'd be happy to ship you some of those. All right, let's take a look at what we're looking at here, what the parallels are. I know some people are collecting the parallels. These are just base. Of course, they're flipped over again. The optic, there's your optic. I still don't like it. Sorry. I'm kind of being a stickler, I know. I still don't like that. I like the focus to be right there. All right, there you go. Let's try that. All right, there's our mark. There's the optic. Here is, oh, they still have these in there. Sorry. Sorry, I don't want to be that guy, but I am. I'm going to get a good view. I want you to get a good view of the cards here. There you go. Okay, I feel better about that. Here's Luke Fenhouse, the very first one. We'll go through the base. So it's looking like we get an optic in each box. And here we go. Here's our first parallel from the Mega. This is 149. Little purple, kind of cracked ice. It's kind of looking not like an explosion. Rated rookie. Here is the blue. Here's the first optic blue. I was looking forward to these. So David Starr is our first one. Take a look at that. I wanted to see exactly what they look like. Blue's my favorite color, I will point out. So I wanted to see exactly what these parallels were going to be. I do not believe I don't believe they're numbered. I just wanted to check it. Okay, that's nice. And Kyle Larson L. Kyle Larson L. Base. Here's another blue. Kevin Harvick. How about your Kevin Harvick? You can put that in. And then the Race Kings. Little Bradley. And just base on those. Oh, how about here? Carolina blue. I think those are $2.49. Michael McDowell, I told you, I'm a Michael McDowell magnet. For some reason, I pull some Michael McDowell stuff. Oh, here's the iced, the dinger. Pedal to the metal. That's a nice card. Take a look at that. That's not too bad. I like that they're also kind of the cracked ice in the megas also. And how about another Carolina blue, Ryan Blaney? These are out of 99. What do you think? This is my first mega box. I'm sorry if I'm going too slow for you. Oh, a little Darrell Waltrip. And then back-to-back Darrell Waltrips. Those optics. Take a look. Sorry again. If you want to get through, I know you want to go to. That's 1, 2, 3. I like all the blues. I'm a blue guy. Like the megas. All right, we're gonna do some comparison here. I'm gonna open 2 megas and then we'll go 2 blasters just to see how we can compare it to each other. The mega boxes are bigger than the hobby boxes. The hobby boxes have more cards in it, obviously, but I like the blue. Now remember what they did with Prism. If you bought at Target, it was you had different ice than if you bought at Walmart, and then if you bought the retail. So that was kind of nice. I like that they did that. The packs are really easy to open. I think 2-3 years ago, I was so struggling to open up the packs in Prism. It was so hard to open them up. All right, are we liking the blue? Let's get the base. And here's the optic, Anthony Alfredo. And Connor Zilic. If I'll send the base, but if you don't want the base, send me a direct message. If you're not interested in any of the base, I won't have to send them to you if you don't want to. I know by this time, I think people have collected their base already. So if you don't want them, I don't have to. Oh, look at this one. Here's another Dale Earnhardt out of 99. Yeah, I'm liking the blue. That's a good. Here comes an optic, Jeremy Clements. And then we've seen this one for Ryan Blaney Unleashed. The optic is Heim Time and Jeff Gordon. I'll move a little faster as we get through it, but I'm enjoying myself, like I said. And how about this one? You would think it's gold, but it's not. It's just Nick Sanchez Ice, the pedal to the metal. I'm collecting these from Hobby. So and I appreciate as I asked a few people, hey, can I buy the one off you that I needed? And thank you for that support, helping me collect my hobby too. Looks like there's 2 in each box. These are called. I have to look it up. Which ones are these called? I feel uneducated. Not Velocity. I don't think they're calling them Velocity. Josh Williams. There's Connor Zilic. Underrated rookie. And there you go. There was 1 box. Let me do another one. That was 1 mega box. Hyper. There you go. Thank you, CJ. Thank you. That's correct. Well, of course you're correct. How do we feel? How do we feel on the blue? I'm liking it. Then we'll do 2 boxes of mega. Then we'll do 2 boxes of blaster. And like I said, this is my first mega box, fresh from the case. I usually like doing them in our Facebook group first, so we could really take our time and take a look at them. But that's coming Sunday. If you're in our Facebook group, our little mini break, micro break is on Sunday. I don't know the time yet, but we've. And if you're not in our Facebook group and you're a Facebook person, by all means, just come on and ask for an invite. Just go to United Sports Cards on Facebook and ask for an invite. We usually have 1 baseball, 1 football, and 1 racing mini break a week. Ryan Priest, I got. Oh, really? One 550. Okay. It was. I don't know. Was it you or T Cook? One of you. I totally. We were talking, and yeah, I've been known to play some bets here and there. I totally never thought of doing a parlay on NASCAR. I've done parlays on football, baseball. Here's Ty Dillon, Optic. I'm really liking the blue. Here is Jeff Gordon on the Spellbound. We have Nick Sanchez, Optic, and there's Dale again. And again, now I don't want to complain about Panini, but this is on a 99, and the last one was on a 99 also. So hold on. I don't want to complain about the Panini sort, but this was, okay, they're not right next to each other. This was 55 out of 99, and this one was 51 out of 99. Take a look at that. Here's SVG. Optic. We got Connor Zillage, Spellbound. I thought that set was going to be harder to put together. They're everywhere. How about the Hyper? Their Wall Trip. Race Kings. Well, this was a super pack here. Every single one's an insert. There's Raja on the purple out of 149. And then Chase Elliott. Those are all over the place. Who we got here? Brett Cruz, rated rookie. Go through the base. Kyle Larson, Optic. Here's a Kyle Larson, Spellbound. What do you think about the purple? 149. That's a nice. I think we're getting a lot more to those redemptions. Daniel Suarez. Optic Blue. Connor Zillage Z. We have Lawless Allen. On the blue, William Byron Race Kings. Optic Carson Quaffle. And Souvenir Swatch. This is new. Take a look at that one. Is that maybe mega only? It is not numbered. That's kind of a new look. A different insert. And then Daniel Suarez. Let's finish off the second mega box. Seen those in retail, okay. So yeah, those were not in hobby. That's not a hobby one. Not race used on the. Oh, those are not race used. Okay, I'd have to look at that. Souvenir Swatch. That's a new one. It was not in. Like I said, I was putting some effort into collecting. I never did it before, so I'm trying now. I never collected the memorabilia. I always collected the base or an insert. Never collected the memorabilia, which I'm finding it's tough to store and display. It's not working out too well for me, but I want to finish the set. You know, that as you see me messing with the camera, it's the same thing with my collection. I got to finish it. Once I start it, I got to finish it. Richard Petty, Optic. We got Andre Perez de Lara, season highlights. And a rookie, Austin Beers. There is, look at this one. This one, they're pretty sharp cards. Like I said, I do like these. Silver, it looks like, but they don't have numbers on them. Unless I'm missing it. I don't see any numbers. But that's a pretty nice burning rubber card. And then a blue Chase Elliott. Yeah, those are variations. Yeah, the variations on the burning rubber. I gotta look because I know I have Todd Gilliland. I have that card. I'm gonna see what variations we have. Here's a Hyper Brad K. Yeah, anybody doing the rainbow? Because it's nice that we're doing this. Well, there's your second Connor Zillage. Looks like one per mega box. Kyle Petty. on the blue. And Connor Zilic, Unleashed. Jeremy Clement. Yeah, I'm liking the Carolina blue. Remember, those are at $2.99. $2.49. I'm sorry, $2.49. I'm liking the Carolina blue. And Michael McDowell, like I said, I'm a Michael McDowell magnet. 3M. 3M for me. Michael McDowell magnet. And to finish off this box, we have Austin Hill, Chase Elliott, and then rated rookie, Butterbean. There's Butterbean there for rated rookie. All right, well, there we go. There's 2 megas, 2 mega boxes. Let me clean up a touch, and let's go to a couple blasters now. And then we'll go to the hobby. We're pretty familiar with the hobby. I think I'm on my 7th case of hobby opening up, so we're pretty familiar with the hobby. But it's fun getting the different colors for these. And remember, this is a first. We'll do a quarter in this break, a quarter tomorrow, and then on Monday it's a day break. So please jump in on those. And then next Friday is the last for the case. All right, here is, remember, here's a retail. This is a blaster. These are really easy to open. I like that I bought full cases because I'm always a little hesitant going to Walmart and picking up 4 here and then another Walmart picking up another 5 on the shelf. You never know if they've been picked through or anything like that. So this is all full cases, and I'm looking for a slingshot here because that's the only thing I did not pull last year is a slingshot because I didn't do any retail last year. So and I think people enjoy that. Yeah, I do like the race used. That is a good selling point. Let me just grab half. Here we go. Right at Connor Zilic. Or I'm sorry, Jeff Gordon. And then there's the base. Here's a Todd Gilliland, the Hyper. And here is the other color, the orange from the blasters. What do you think? I like blue. Orange it's nice. It's nice to see something different. I like blue though. Eric Jones orange. And I'll get all these in penny sleeves for you. Don't worry about that. I'll take care of your cards. Probably get shipping notification tomorrow, but I probably won't get it into the mail until Monday. Red, blue. I did not see this was I would think this would be numbered. It's shiny, it's different, but I don't see a number on it. We're gonna have to keep an eye there. Chase Elliott. And then here is the green. We haven't seen one of those yet. There you go. How about Eric Jones? $1.99 for all you rainbow hunters out there. That's nice to have. The orange and green here in the blasters. Brent Cruz. Orange. And let's finish off this box. We got Tyler Ankrum on a regular, good old-fashioned, a regular optic card, optic prism. Here is, now this is used because I see a little rubbing right there. But no number still. Anytime they have the ice, the cracked ice, they don't have a number on there. Event race. Oh, it says owner. Oh, interesting. Owner used. Well, here is the here's the packet of rated rookies. Got Brent Cruz, Butterbean, Frankie Nunez, Caden Honeycutt, Luke Fenhouse, and Connor Zilic. So at all of them except Connor Zilic. Here's Connor Daly, Andre Perez, and then I believe it's just base. There's Connor Zilic. Just base to follow. Oh, an optic Zane Smith. Let's do one more. We did 2 megas and 2 blasters. Then we'll do 2 hobby. Just mix it up. What do you think? I don't know if this is the first time you're seeing blasters, megas. This is the first time I'm seeing megas. We did a few blasters. I opened up a few myself also. But I like the blue. I'm liking the mega boxes. Haven't seen an autograph yet. You see them all. I pulled the 101. Everybody seems to pull the 101 from a blaster. Sometimes I question that. All right, here is blaster number 2. There's still plenty of break left. Enjoy yourself. Have a drink. Tomorrow we'll do 2 drink minimums, everybody. So share your favorite. All right, let's see what we got. Split it right there again. Here's your base. We're looking at Michael Waltrip optic. We got Jeff Gordon, the N. More base. And there's Zane Smith Hyper. KK on the orange optic. Just a good old-fashioned regular optic. Austin Cindric. Here's the Souvenir swatch. Greg Biffle. Like I said, Greg Biffle. No, I don't think Panini's that bad. I'm enjoying Donruss. I think Donruss is a nice... I'm a set guy, so Donruss is Christian Rose. Here's Christian Rose here. And Justin Allgaier. I would say I know this is what they're going for, but I would have liked the optic to be a different picture. Back of the swatch, sure. It's no writing. It's got the picture, the name. Let's see what it says. I don't have my. Let me get my cheaters out. I'll read it to you. Give me a second here. It says, I got my cheaters on. It says the enclosed authentic memorabilia is not from any specific rate or event, is what the fine print right down there. So it is not from any specific race or event, is what the fine print says. You have to put the cheaters on for that. And let's see. Yeah, no, I think there's Ryan Blaney. Optic. Joey Logano. Here, let me finish up this, and we can discuss Justin Bowen Sr. We were just saying. And then Richard Petty. I think that's the first time I said Richard Petty. And our last part is Cade Honeycutt. And how about a Petty? There you go. Richard Petty now showed up. 149. The red. All right, there's 2 megas. 2 mega boxes. I'm sorry, two blaster boxes. And now like again, I know it's easy to pick on, but there's a lot of inserts, there's a lot of collecting value here, I think. I think there's some good value in the collection. If you're a set person, if you're just looking for that huge one-to-one hit, then there's there'll be other National Treasure, for example, or something like that. But as a set person, it's fun collecting, and the price isn't over the top. I think when I first started, with NASCAR, the boxes were $90, and now Donruss was probably $72, and now what are we talking? We're talking $90 for Donruss and $120 for maybe $150. So I think they held their own. Whereas if you look at Topps, I first started collecting Topps Finest. That's the product that's out right now. Topps Finest was, $100 a box. Now they're going for $500 a box, and I don't think the product's any better. Here's a hobby box. Let's go with that. David Starr is the parallel. The J-Mac on the optic. Jeff Gordon. the G. And then there's Richard Petty. Look at that. Back-to-back Richard Petty's. Wild card. The filler. And then the insert is Lane Riggs, coming attractions. All right, here comes a red. What is that? That's Christian Rose, it looks like. Number 299. Connor Daly, Optic. And Martin Truex, Unleashed. And then let's see what we're looking at here. Brendan Jones. We got Martin Truex. The red out of 199. And there's our first burning rubber Amarola. Let's see, let's take a look at the back. It said the race used. This is race used. So that is. And then there's Dale. Yeah, I think they do a pretty good job balancing the price. I like the blue. My first impression here is the blue of the Mega Box. That's my favorite color, though, so I will admit that. If that, for all you psychologists out there, I don't know what that means, but my favorite color is blue. All right, let's keep going. We have a red Darrell Waltrip at a $2.99. The Optic is Parker Retzlaff. And here's a little Richard Petty. We got Jesse Love, followed by Jeff Gordon, and Dale H. Here comes, ready? How about a Dale door number? This one is 83 out of 88. There's our first, definitely worth Petty sleeving right off the bat. A nice door number. Who had Dale? Wish Dale was driving car number 1, but no, car number 88, but a door number is not too bad. I'll keep that right here. We'll put that on the wall of fame. We can show that at the end. Congrats. Congrats on there. And right next to it is a green Brad K. Remember, green's out of 99. William Swalich. Here is the parallel is Jeremy Clements. The parallels, Matt DiBenedetto, and here's our first autograph, Ross Chastain. And it's on the Pandora. Let me give you 1 second before number 7. Number 7 out of 25. I like how many black. I like Select. The big idea for Select is obviously the grandstands and the pit road and stuff like that. Oh, one more. Alex Bowman. The Prism, is the rainbow. But here, I like how the Optic. Remember, 2 years ago, it was just the silver Optic. Last year, they had 2 different parallels in the hobby box. And now they have a bunch of parallels collecting the Optic. I think that's fun. But I'm always a positive guy. I was like, if you can't say nothing nice, don't say anything. Ben Rhodes and Justin Allgaier. So I'm always I'll look at the glass half full. That's just me. Here is Daniel Dye. Is it Mojo? I know. We remember, didn't we have that like a month ago? Yeah, the Pandora, the Mojo. We were discussing that. I looked it up one time, but it's fun. It's fun goading everybody into an argument. No, that's a Mojo. No, there's Tyler Reddick, blue out of 199. Frankie Nunez, Optic, and Jeff Gordon. I like the explosions. And we got one more. Austin Hill, Anthony Alfredo, That got me curious on these. Ryan Priest, this said race used fire suit. And then Justin Allgaier. Just a couple more here. Mojo falls in the base set. Yeah, who's going to win tomorrow? We put a little money. Priest. Who's got the money on that? Here's the last half of our first hobby box. We'll do another hobby box. Then we've done 2, 2, 2, 2. Good luck. Let's see. Connor Zilic, rated rookie. But the parallel is Carson Hocevar. We got William Swalich. And Dale. A lot of Dale is happening here. We have a blue Sheldon Creed. Carson again. And Connor Zilic. The H. William Swalich. Kyle Larson Optic Prism. The first non-numbered. More Kyle Larson. And our last pack of the first hobby box. Ellen Kulwicki. We got Eric Jones. And last card, Ross Chastain. It's supposed to have select. Okay, that'll be nice. I like the megas. I tell you, again, just because it's blue, but we'll do the same thing. Well, of course, we'll always start with hobby and first off the line. Well, we'll start with first off the line, and then we'll go to hobby, and then maybe about a month we'll do some megas. I like this idea. Mixing the blasters. Now, if let me know if you just want a full box of blaster or a full box of mega. What do you think? But I like mixing all of these together. You get some autographs. You get some different colors if you're a rainbow person. But I've not seen select. Joe B, where do you get the? I'd love to share, if everybody can share, where your products, where your information comes from. Because, like NASCAR, their YouTube channel, I have that on in the background. Here's Jesse Love. I have that in the background. But if anybody has, well, here, ready for a terrible cut, Kurt Busch. There's product control. Product control right there. That's not too. These are some bad cuts here. Little bad cuts on those. Ryan Priest, Justin Allgaier, holding his trophy, and then Jimmy Johnson. Let's see when the bad cuts stop. All right, they kind of cleaned it up right there. Sammy Smith. Luckily, it was just base cards. And let me know if you don't want the base. Just send me a direct message, and then I will not send you the base. But by default, I send all the base out. Here is Ty Dillon, the Chris Buescher red out of 199, and Tyler Reddick, Race Kings. Oh, really? Is it? Yeah, I just got it on the background here. What do you? Which Roger Racing, where do you get some good information from? What would you recommend? Because I'm looking for, now that I'm home more, and I'm really not in conference calls or anything, I like having it on in the background. So, here we go. Here's our first purple. Little Butterbean. Remember, purple's out of 99. Jeff Gordon. And how about a gold autograph? Kaz Grella. That's a nice dollar's worth right there. Hold on. This is numbered. Where's the number on this one? Oh, there you go. 4 out of 10. Who had Kaz? That would go in our fire if Alright, my fire was working. Information. Stat 40. Is that what it's called? Like if I was going to look it up. Everybody, sorry, dropped your gold card. If I was going to look it up, is it called Stats 49? Okay, I got to stand up here. That's tough to reach. I don't want to keep dropping. Luckily, it's in. Got to stand up. There you go. Much better. On Facebook, Stat 40. Okay, see, I'm looking for. Is it just written information? Do I have to read it, or is it a stream? Here is Wallace Allen. Got Chase Elliott. And more Butterbean. Butterbean's happening. Oh yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, that'd be very helpful. Yeah, maybe if you don't want the base, they need to. This box a little quality control issue here. There's Nick Sanchez, Matt DiBenedetto, and William Byron. Look at the inserts are nice. And there we go. I think, nope, thought they fixed it. There's Deegan. We got Tyler Reddick, silver, and there's Raja. Indy, okay. Yeah, as soon as some Formula One product comes out, we're going to do some Formula One. But anybody a Formula One person? Like how? I haven't seen something coming out in that in 2-3 months. I'll start moving a little quicker. I know it's 9:30 already my time. Maybe 10:30 your time if you're on the east. Oh, sorry. Look, I'm talking and all of a sudden I see some gold right there. At least this pack had a couple gold cards in it. Ready? Brennan Jones. Mr. Jones. Mr. Jones gold card. A little cutish, yeah. This is those. Luckily, it's only insert. It's only parallel. I'm sorry. It is only base cards. This Brennan Jones looks pretty well centered. It is numbered 2 out of 10. But this comes from a hobby box. So 2 gold cards already in this box. But yeah, look at that. And there's, see, that's nice centered. Connor Zillage, nice centered insert. And then maybe I'll send him the video and say, hey, Kyle Busch, Kyle Petty, I got plenty of time on my hands. I could be annoying for a while. Kyle Larson. Let's see if it's getting corrected. Yeah, maybe it's straightening up here. Taylor Gray. We got Justin on the optic. And Bubba Wallace, Race Kings. Nope. Back to, yeah, we're going to be sending a video. Bill Elliott, Daniel Suarez, and then Chase Elliott. Quality control's got to catch that. Hopefully it's just this box. Here's the last of box number 2, the hobby box number 2. Then we'll go back to the Megas and finish up with the Megas Blasters hobby. That'll be fun. It is 15 boxes, so it is going to take a little bit. So tomorrow, bring a drink because we're starting a little later because I have a guilt trip to do. Oh, how about a red SVG? And then here is a blue Brittany Z. Look at that. 49 out of 49. A bookend also. That's a nice card. Connor Zillage. Season highlights. I think we saw that already. And we have Brad K on the parallel. Wallace Allen is the optic. And Alex Bowman, Unleashed. We got Daniel Suarez. How about Richard Petty? And the optic is Butterbean. More Butterbean love. Last pack. Hopefully we're done with the off-centered. Noah Gragson. Red out of 199. No, it's on $2.99 on paper. Michael McDowell and Connor Zillage, coming attractions, the holographic ones. I'd say those are my favorite, but I'm liking better the explosions. All right. Hopefully that that miscut hobby box is done. So we'll keep an eye on these hobby boxes right there. The blasters and megas were pretty nice, but that hobby box was a bad cut. Let's go with mega now. Let's go with these 3 megas. I'm liking the mega. And if you're counting the boxes, remember this whole week we're doing 4 of these. This is our first one. Oh, come on, can't even open it. Panini security. And we're doing 4 of them. Another one tomorrow. Monday daybreak. So we're doing Monday at 10 o'clock. And then next Friday is the finish of the case. And we're looking for, who was announcing it? Sports Freak was saying he had 2, in his mega case, he had 2 slingshots. So hopefully we'll be getting some slingshots here. I have not pulled a slingshot yet, so that's what we're looking forward to. Because even last year I did not pull a slingshot. I didn't do many retail last year, but this year I'm getting some retail in. All right, good luck. Let's see. All right, there's your base. The optic is Kevin Harvick. Joey Logano. And go through the base, just get them on camera. Here's a blue. Okay, remember these are on a 99, the Carolina blue. I'm liking that. This thing, oh, I'll take a look at that, yeah. Darrell Waltrip. Optic. Here is Taylor Gray. Taylor Gray optic blue. And Connor Zillage on the spelling. Jeremy Clements. Optic. Kyle Larson spelling. And a little Brett Cruz to finish off that. Here is the memorabilia. Deegan. Hallie Deegan. Let's check what that back says. It says the enclosed race used sheet metal is guaranteed by Panini. That's all it says. It just guarantees it's sheet metal from her car. Still, that's a nice car. I don't have a problem with that. It's a sharp looking parallel Amarola. And then Ty Gibbs. Here is the Carolina blue. Brett Holmes. In retail, yeah, it says artist proof. The white stripe above the name. All right, we're going to keep an eye on that. I didn't see any yet. I'll do a little better off camera when I'm sorting. Okay, if anybody saw one, I did not see one yet on the numbers. I did see Raja on the Hyper. Cole Custer is the blue. Going too fast? Yeah. I usually thumb through. We should get through the base because we've seen the base before. And then slow down on the inserts. Let's enjoy ourselves. Yeah, I did. I don't know if anybody was in our baseball break yesterday, but yeah, the guy was like, "You're not going fast enough." Somebody complained. I'm like, and then I looked. He didn't buy anything. Hey, you didn't pay your admission price. You don't get to complain. All right, there's the base. We got Sheldon Creed. Optic blue. The artist proof looks just like the base. Okay, let's. Luckily, they're not mixed up. You got 5 bases. You got Denny Hamlin on the Hyper. David Starr. And then one more base at the end, so we'll keep an eye on that one. These are the bases. See, that one had 6, so let's take a look at that. It doesn't. It should say artist proof though. Matt Kenseth. It feels a little different. Okay, that'll be easy. I have very sensitive hands. Here is Ellen Kolwicki. I'm liking the blue. That's just, again, maybe it's a personal preference. And you say they're in the megas? Here is Kane Honeycutt. And Ty Gibbs. Ty Gibbs souvenir swatch. And we read the back of it. Not in any race or anything like that. Tyler Reddick. And then again, not to be, but I'm thinking positive here. If it's race used, it costs more. So I like the fact that it's a nice swatch. And I like to keep. I don't think Donruss over $100 is where it should be. I think Donruss should be an under $100. It should be an entry level product. Should be entry level. My opinion. It's my opinion. Keep the Donruss boxes under 100. I'll pay a little over 100 for first off the line, but keep them under 100. Keep the Select and Prism under 150. 120 is a nice price for Select. 120 is a nice price for Prism. You see, that's still affordable. I think the Select we're breaking some Select football, and I think the Select box was $300. All right, let's see. I'm keeping an eye on now for artist proof. Harrison Burton. And thanks for the reminder, because this is my first mega boxes I'm opening. I'll be an old expert by the time we get to the end. See, look at that. That's a nice, out of 99, the blue. I like that. Connor Zilic. Artist proof Connor Zilic would be nice. There's Tony B. And there's a bunch of them, too. Dale Earnhardt. Here is Darrell Waltrip. I think this is our third hyper Darrell Waltrip. The Dinger. And Kurt Busch. Jeff Gordon. Once we see an artist proof, once I feel an artist proof, then I'm not going to be worried. So we'll find one. I'm saying we're going to pull one. There's Kyle Weatherman, Hyper, Todd Gilliland, Optic. And this half is Dale Earnhardt. And then Martrix on the Race Kings. All right. That's what I figured. I'm slowing up right before the insert. I'm always checking that card because they put the base. You know how that works. It's good sorting. The sorting's not that bad. All right. Here's the second stack. Sorry, keep it. Yep. I hate my sensitive hands. Joe Logano. All right. Here is the Carolina Blue of Riley Hurst. These are numbered. Remember, 249. Chase Briscoe. And how about, nope. We got Kane Honeycutt, rookie. Dale's all over the place today. That's nice. And there's Butterbean. Optic is Ty Gibbs. Oh, I'm just looking at that last one. Ty Gibbs. I gotta be paranoid. Richard Petty. And that is Bread Cruise, just a regular base card there. And there it is. Kaz, more Kaz. We had that Kaz Gralla. There's your dollar card. Kaz Gralla gold autograph, and now a nice memorabilia. William Byron. And then Dale Earnhardt. Still a little more. Don't go anywhere. We have, a free Kyle Busch. So you can get that in your collection. Ryan Blaney, season highlights. You've seen those before. And then let's finish off this box with Brett Holmes. And, see, that's a nice Justin Allgaier. We got 1, 2, 3 colors there. That's a nice swatch. Sheet metal. Not in any specific event, but it's sheet metal. All right, last mega of this break. So we're 5 buys. This will be our 5th box of mega. And if you're liking what we're doing, please follow and please join tomorrow's break. It's the next 5 boxes. If you're a left-right person, I worked my way from left to right in these cases. Some people, left side is better, some people say. Yep, I would say I like Mega better than Blasters. Now, if I get a slingshot and a blaster, then I'm liking Blasters better. But I like Mega a little better. And thanks for the sellout, everybody. Thanks for working with me. I'll keep giving you good deals. You keep buying it out. All right, here we go. Right, there's my cut right there. Eric Jones. A blue Eric Jones. Spellbound, Kyle Larson. We had Brad K. And another Brad K. In the Race Kings. This, what about this one? Chase Briscoe. The Ice. Sheet metal. Back to back to back Brad. How about this one? Here's why you got Connor Zillage. I like the blue. That's not too bad. I like that. I'll get that penny sleeve for you. Chase Elliott. Here's the Carolina blue. Let me just check that last one. Oh, one of my favorites. Justin Haley. I just love this picture. We got the Chili's, we got the 10-gallon hat, and a blue, and a numbered one. Harrison Burton. And there's... I first thought when I was looking at this that... Why is he standing next to all these... I thought those were shopping carts. Like, why is he standing next to shopping carts? Needed that one? There you go. See? Helping you out. All right, here is... Lawless Allen on the Hyper. Brett Holmes, Optic, just base Optic. And a little Frankie Nunez. We have Ty Dillon, more Hyper. The Lasers, yeah, I think that's nice. Austin Dillon. I like Panini doing all the variety here. I like all the variety. That's always fun. I don't know. I'm liking those blues. I think I'm going to put together an Optic blue set. I'm liking those. That's a nice sharp blue. And it's Optic, so it's only 100 cards. Maybe it's just because it's blue. All right, here is our last part of Mega. Good luck, and then we'll go to the Blasters next. All right, ready? We have Connor Daly, Jeff Gordon, followed by Ben Rhodes. And Sam Myers. Sam Myers on the coming attractions. There's Ty Gibbs. Here's our swatch. Mr. Beast. Our souvenir swatch. And Dale Earnhardt. Anthony Alfredo. Oh, and a purple. These are nice too. 149. If you're adding, we have not hit an auto in Megas. Well, we've still got a little handful left, but there was not an auto. We had 2 autos. I'm like, where's the other auto? We had 2 autos, and those are the 2 hobby boxes. The Dinger, William Swalach. And here's the finished product. There is J-Mac, blue, and then our last Mega, Ryan Blaney. So if you are there's 3 autos, case hits, well, come back tomorrow because no autos in the Megas, and I'm liking the Megas. I bought a full case plus a little extra because I'm one of those guys like, oh, you get a deal if I buy over $500 worth, there's a better deal. All right, I'm buying over $500 worth, so I think the case, maybe Mega's case, it was over $750. I think the case came up to about, I don't remember, like $600-700. But if you get over $750, so I bought 2 more. So I got 2 boxes for myself. But those are mine. These are coming straight from the case. But I didn't want to open mine yet. I wanted to get a reaction, I wanted to give you my honest reaction of what I thought. And I like the Megas. My honest reaction is those are pretty sweet. The blue is really, really getting with me. I gotta admit that. I like those. Let's do these 2 3 blasters. Let's do these 3 blasters, and we'll finish up with the hobby boxes. And they said there is slingshot in both Megas and blasters. Is that right? Has anybody heard any different? Most people said they got slingshots from the retail, from the blasters. But then Sports Freak said he just got a slingshot from Megas. All right, here we go. Let's just split this pile. And right there with Kyle Petty orange. And the Dinger Optic. Has anybody seen slingshot pulled from Megas? Here's the green Chris Buescher at a $199. Daniel Suarez, my man. Joey Logano. And a little Chase Elliott. Burning Rubber. Shiny. And William Byron Unleashed. We're used to seeing that. All right, here is let me check that one. Just regular. Matt Mills, the Laser or the Hyper. And Ty Dillon for the orange. Followed by Ty Gibbs. From a Mega. Okay. You did get Mega Walmart. Okay. See, that's good. That's good to know. Chase Elliott on the orange. Richard Petty, Race Kings. And the last card, the Hyper Chandler Smith. And no, if it's let's go with these 2. We got 2 more. Let's see. I'm going to see a slingshot. Like I said, that's what I'm going for here. Hey, lucky pull. Sometimes it's Better be lucky than good. I don't know about that. Here is our fourth blaster. Everything there. Fourth blaster here. We'll do the blaster. Finish up with the blasters. Then we have 3 hobbies left. So plenty of stuff left. But the 2 autographs we had were from the hobby boxes already. So we did not get an autograph from a blaster yet, or a mega. And the megas are finished. All right, there you go. Anthony Alfredo is what I first pulled at the orange. Here is Taylor Gray, Optic. Kyle Larson, Race Kings. The David Starr. And Jeff Gordon. We have an Optic Harrison Burton, a good old-fashioned Optic Silver Harrison Burton. And there's Kyle Larson. I'm sorry, Kyle Busch. I'm like, that doesn't look like Kyle Larson. Kyle Busch, Souvenir Swatch. And Chase Elliott. And Kevin Harvick. Oh, look at that. There's your Kevin Harvick combo. Got a hyper and an orange. See, I would have said I would have liked different pictures. And I know how the numbers go. A different picture costs more money. Here is Bubba Wallace. I thought that was feeling a little different. You got to be paying attention to Cole Custer there. You got to be paying attention to the artist proof. There's Butterbean. Here's Butterbean Orange. And Dale's T. And the last for that box of blasters, Tanner Gray. Tanner Gray Hyper. The laser looks nice. All right, last blaster. What do you think? Give me your honest impression. Blasters or megas? Price-wise, not twice as much. I think the blasters are $40. No, not $40. I'm thinking Topps Chrome. The blasters are $25, and I think the megas are $40. Yeah, see, Jake, sometimes you gotta call it, Jake. Sometimes you gotta say it in chat, and it makes it happen. I think we're owed a 101 also. I haven't seen, we're on, for the hobby anyway, this is my first case of retail, but for the hobby, we're on case number 7, and I think we've only had like 2 or 3 101s. I always seem to grab right at the orange. Jeremy Clements and Richard Petty. Here is Hallie Deegan, Optic, and Richard Petty. Richard Petty keeps showing up. The laser is Corey Heim and Tony B. It's the first Tony B sighting for the orange. Justin Bonsignor. And, oh, there we go. We were just saying, how about a Brad K autograph orange? There's our first autograph from retail. Congrats. Who had Brad K? No numbered? Jake, is that you? Let me Brad, hey, congrats. There's a Brad K autograph orange. That's A little more on the rare side. We'll put that right here. That's our first autograph from, so that came from a blaster, if we're paying attention. I'm going to do a little stats. I'm going to keep the stats, because remember, it's 3 full cases. 1 case of Mega, 1 case of Blaster, and 1 case of Hobby that we're opening up in the next week. So I'm going to keep some stats, and we'll be able to tell exactly where things are coming from. Kyle Busch. Hey, congrats. I'm glad you did. There's Chase Elliott, 149. Followed by Amarola on the optic. Denny Hamlin Unleashed. There is Darrell Waltrip. And how about Joey Logano? And just finish off with a few bases. There we go. There is our, let me clean up. There is our blaster box. A nice autograph in that blaster box. There we go. All right, let's finish up with the hobbies. 3 hobby boxes to finish up. Thanks again, everybody. Still got plenty of break left. Here comes the hobby boxes, but those were nice. That was fun. I'm liking the mega boxes. That's kind of appealing to me, the blue. But the blaster did have an autograph in it. So if you're these things have to be in every case. We're looking for the slingshots tomorrow. All right, let's see what we can put on the Wall of Fame here. We've been doing this for a while. We know how this works. The red, we got a red Sam Meyer. David Starr. And there's our autograph right off the bat. First pack autograph. How about Harrison Burton? There's Mr. Burton. Our 4th autograph of the day, of the night. We'll show all those at the end. And don't worry, I will, if you're new here, I top load anything under 100. Anything under 100 will get a top loader. I'll penny sleeve a whole bunch of stuff for you. Take care of your cards. Treat them like mine, because Christopher Bell on the holographic one. There is Amarola. Darrell Waltrip. I like they got the centering issue right. Time. I am going to send that video in. I could be annoying. I could be persistent. Jake Garcia. The optic is Justin Haley. All I could do is say no. That's what I keep teaching my boys. I keep teaching my kids. Hey, it doesn't hurt to ask. They first started school today, or this week, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And I did say that a couple times. Just ask. If you don't know what's going on, ask. My son thought he was going to miss the bus, so he's getting a little nervous. And I told him, you guys, just give me a call. I'll come and get you. Don't worry. It's not anything big, but he didn't want to be embarrassed and stuff like that. So I said, did you ask anybody? He goes, no, he didn't want to ask. I said, you just ask. What's the worst they could do? Always ask. There we go. Eric Jones. On the green. Justin here. Oh, excuse me. Got a little dusty there. Suited up. I think I have that one already. And Ryan Blaney for the Race Kings. Kyle Petty. I'm going a little faster. There's no artist proof in these. You got me paranoid on the artist proof. Connor Zillich. As soon as we pull one, then I'll know what they are. Here's a red Todd Gillen. No, I'm sorry, a parallel. Kyle Larson A, and Frankie Nunez on the optic. And a blue Justin Allgaier, Connor Daly, optic, and as Richard Petty, Spellbound. Here's the second half. Ooh, chat's a little quiet now. How you feeling, chat? Is it getting a little late? If you have to go to bed, I understand. I will post a video tomorrow after I do the sorting, so you could always watch what you missed on our YouTube channel. You'd have missed a Brian Blaney, you'd have missed a Ben Rhodes optic, and how about pedal to the metal, more Heim time. There's his truck right there. Hey, 101 Willis. With the black car. What, were you opening any? Did you pull any artist proof? I'll go watch your video and see. I know they're not in. Oh, wait. Let me slow down here. How about a printing plate? There you go. I haven't seen a printing plate in a while. How about a Austin Cindric printing plate here. Take a look. 101. That kind of snuck up on me. Who had Austin Cindric? Give me Austin Cindric is Eddie Edit. There you go. Here's our 101. I'm going to put that in a nice prime location right here so everybody can see it. Oh, that kind of snuck up there. Thank you, Joe B. I appreciate the tag. Yeah, look at that. Let's see if he's around. He may. I said go to sleep. Here we go. I'm going to say go to sleep again. And then something else is going to come up. I haven't seen a printing plate in a little bit. That's nice. Ben Rhodes. Okay. Anti Alfredo. What was that? We're doing 3 full cases. Not all in one day though. Not all in one day. 3 full cases. 1 Mega, 1 Blaster, 1 Hobby. And I separated into 4 different breaks. So here's our first one. We just started. Join all of them would be nice, but join the ones you want. If you're a case hunter, then we did not have a slingshot in this first one. So if you think they're happening, then, but we did have a 101. All right, here's the box number 3. Let's see what are we looking at here? Oh, see. Now we're starting to get. Hopefully it's over. Michael Waltrip, the William Swalich. Boy, he looks young there. And there's Jeff Gordon. We had a little centering issue here. I think it's fixed. Tony B on the parallel. Carson. Hosvar on the optic. And Heim Time Unleashed. There you go. I think it's fixed. Matt Mills, parallel. There's Raja for the optic, and here is Kyle Larson, season highlights, and the last pack magic. Chandler Smith, Eric Jones optic, and Dale the R for the Pirate of Dale. All right, well that one had a 101 in it. Not too bad. Ooh, come on. I'm going to work on my stream also. Like I said, had about an hour before the break happened, I had to reset. The OBS kept crashing, and it kept locking up my computer, the streaming software. So I reset it, but then I just started loading up all the stuff I had in there before. And I had one little setting wrong, and it kept resetting over and over again at the beginning of the break. So I appreciate everybody sticking with that, sticking with me there. That was very much appreciated. Now we're all good, and I'm gonna get my fire back. That was my best creation. Jeff Gordon optic. Justin Allgaier, pedal to the metal. Let me see some low numbers here. There's Dale, Brett Cruz, Here we go. Here we go. Here's a Pandora Mojo. I'll say them both. Christian Eckes. Christian Eckes. Come on, penny sleeves. Let's grab a few. I'm being optimistic. I'm going to go grab a bunch. Here we go. Christian Eckes. We got numbered 10. 10 out of, there you go, 10 out of 25. Get that glare off there. That's a nice low number. We'll put that on the wall. Oh, yeah. We got right there. We got a Austin Cindric printing plate. That's kind of snuck up on us. I think I only pulled one other printing plate in Donruss. That was with the first off the line. I think that was the first case we opened. All right, let's go with Zane Smith and Matt DiMinetto. And here, Jeff Gordon, Race Kings. And Christian Rose, Josh Williams, red, out of 199, and Chase Elliott. Pearly L. Yeah, that was nice. Like I gotta keep calling this. Because I said, let's get a low number, and there's a 1 out of 25 show up. Okay, someone said we need a 101. There we go. What was that? We gotta get the luck while we got the luck. All right, still in box number 4. There we go. Another Mojo coming. I will. It is. Oh, another Harrison Burton. Harrison Burton auto. We had a Harrison Burton regular auto. Now the Pandora auto. 12. Number 12 out of 25. There you go. I'll be liking that. Let's just get... That's another thing I'm working on, the 3D printing. Okay, if anybody is good at 3D printing, I'd love to pick your brain on it. Got to make me some United Sports Card stands. Once I figure out that, I can make it for you also, if anybody else wants a personalized 3D printer, but that's on my list of things to do in retirement. There's Joe Logano. There's a blue Jeremy Clements. Carson, again, optic, and Richard Petty's old school Richard Petty. Got a football helmet on and a button-down shirt. Kind of like that. No fire suits. We don't need no fire suits. Just put a helmet on. Davey Allison, Cole Custer, optic, and Richard Petty again, unleashed. Should I start just calming down now? Chat's quiet. Start talking nice, everybody will fall asleep. Hello, boys and girls. Time for a break. Come on, chat, wake up. We still got another full hobby box to go, and we're pulling another 101 would be nice. I like a pure 101. I think we only had one. We had the printing plate, which is nice, but I think we've only had one black vinyl 101. I like to get another one here. Michael McDowell, Chase Elliott. How about Kevin Harvick? There's Tyler Ingram. Optic and unleashed Tyler Reddick. And this is Chris Buescher on the blue parallel. Christian Rose optic, and Christian Eckes is coming attractions. All right, here's box number 4, our last stack. We did have the autograph. Harrison Burton was the autograph. So I'd like to see a gold card. Let's call it a gold card. How are we doing here? You think the fates are with me? Let's see. about a purple? We got Heimtime, parallel, and the purple J-Mac. The purple optic. Jordan Anderson. Jordan Anderson suited up. And Richard Petty. I think we finished that whole Richard Petty set. We got Justin Bonsignor. Carson, season highlights. And there's Butterbean optic. We have Tyler Reddick. And Justin Allgaier holding his trophy. And then Bubba Wallace Unleashed. And here's the last pack. There is a Downtown Ellen Cole Wiki. How about them apples? That's looky. Who had Ellen Cole Wiki? I bet you that's $1. Let's see. What do we got here? Ellen? That's going to Steve T. Is Steve? Can someone tag Joe B? If you can, be so kind. Tag Steve T. How about a Downtown for him? That is nice. That's our third Downtown. Oh, put it right there, front and center. Ah, there he is. Hey, Steve, let me see if you're getting a picture of that. Make sure the United Sports Cards is in the background. You should post that, tweet talk that. There you go. Very nice. Congrats, Steve T. There's well worth your admission price on that one. Let's keep going. William Byron and Sam Smith. ICIS for gold. Jesse Love. A blue. Explosions. And still, one more box. Don't go anywhere. Get those centered. I don't like tall stacks, so here, let's not cover up the Downtown. Congrats, Steve T. Congrats on that. All right, last box of the night. Again, thanks everybody for joining the start of our cases breaks. We'll just keep doing this. We're just for fun, and then hopefully, see, Sorb Chasers, and he knows what to do. Okay, he knows how to call it. See, that's why you should never let it go. Maybe that's my selling point, but like I said, I'm not here to, we're not breaking the cards until everything is bought at, $15 a piece. I'll give you a good deal if you just got to meet me halfway and make sure I'm not losing money, because then if I lose money, you got to talk to my wife. And I'm going to be buying some mega boxes, because I'm really thinking about putting that blue set together. I think that's a beautiful set. I like those blue optics. So we'll see if I might be picking up a few more boxes for myself. All right, let's finish up last box magic here, although a Downtown and a 101, not too shabby. Darrell Waltrip, and how about an Amarola, turn of the century, 12 out of 25, autograph. Who was that? CJ, this is worth your admission price. How about a $2 Arc Amarola autograph? Look at that. We'll put that right there on the wall. There you go. Congrats, CJ. I thought he was here. He was just talking. Justin Allgaier. Maybe not. Can someone tag CJ? See, Per, I took your advice. I owe you, because I used what'd you send me? Card Giants. I went with them. I like that you could just buy a full case from them. So thank you for that advice. That's what helped create the break. So everybody, I don't know if he could give you his downtown or not, but I appreciate your suggestion. It was well worth it. Dale Earnhardt. And Lane Riggs parallel, Chandler Smith, optic, and Justin Allgaier on the season highlights. Thanks Joe B for tagging. I appreciate that. Maybe he's asleep now. We're going to see that tomorrow morning. All right, here's some green. We got Carson. There is Tyler Reddick, green, parallel to 99. And there's Jeb Burton. This one is also on a 99. Got a little red right there. And then there's Martin Truex, Unleashed. The parallel William Swalich, Ben Rhodes, and then Kyle Larson is the Spellbound. All right, how about Ellen Kolwicki again? Not a downtown, but Chase Elliott. And then Ross on the Race Kings. And finish up this half with a blue Parker Retzlaff. We got Anthony Alfredo right there. And here's Carson Quapple. The explosions. I like the explosions. I think that's a nice. They did a good job on those. All right, here we go. Last half of the last box. And please join tomorrow to keep going with these cases. It's a whole week theme. I'm going to cheat. All right, let's see what we see. There is David Starr on the parallel, David Starr on the optic, and not David Starr on the pedal to the metal. There's a nice shiny Ty Dillon lime green. That's kind of fun. Jeff Gordon is the spelling. Here is Richard Petty. And then, how about a black Kevin Harvick? 22 out of 39. Not too bad. Lane Riggs. More Kevin Harvick love. Another optic. Right there. And Martin Truex. And I think Butterbean has been showing up more than Connor Zillage today. The Brendan Jones. A red Carson Quapple. And there's Dale E. The Dale E. I think it would have been funny if they had one of those spelling cards more rare than the other. That would have been bad, but people would have been a little upset at that. All right, here's the last stack magic here. Good luck, everybody. We'll show those hits at the end. Just to close, just for a little closure. There's Harrison Burton on the parallel. Eric Jones, optic, and Dale H. Spelling. Here's a Jesse Love on the parallel. J Mac is the optic, and William Swalich is the coming attractions. Let's have one. Let's finish strong. Let's finish strong here. We have Jeremy Clements, parallel, SVG, and optic prism. And there's Alex Bowman, Race Kings. And the last pack of the night, we're looking at Chase Elliott, red, Connor Daly, and we'll finish off with Connor Zillage, the H in the spelling. Here, let me show in case anybody wants some pictures. Here's what I penny sleeved during the show and top loaded, but I will get a lot more top loads and penny sleeves for you when I ship them out to you. Let's take a look. All right, we had Kaz. This is a nice gold one, gold autograph out of, I forget what the number is, 4 out of 10. Now this was from a blaster. We did not get an autograph in the megas. This is from the blaster. Brad K. Amarola, here's a nice $2 card because that's what he paid for it. 12 out of 25. Turn of the century autograph. Christian Eckes. The Mojo or Pandora, depending on who you're talking to. Brendan Jones Gold. This was 2 out of 10. Here's a Dale, the door number. And a Dale door number out of 88. There's our 101. The Austin Cindric printing plate. How about an Ellen Cole Wiki downtown? I haven't seen that one yet. That's not too shabby. And then here's the last few. Harrison Burton, and not Harrison Burton. Little Ross Chastain, Pandora there. All right, well, hey, thank you everybody for participation. Sorry about the little